All right, we'll start in the room with Tookney.
Slim, you guys had a season high 21 turnovers today. You guys have been really good at taking care of the ball the last two games, at least. What kind of changed in today's game?
I mean, we just gotta take care of the ball. There's no excuses. Like, we know how to pass the ball to each other, so we just gotta take better care of our possessions. We see what we can do when we take care of the ball, and we see what happens when we don't.
My question is for Nneka. They were so dominant in the interior of the Sun, and obviously that's kind of the strength of their team. So given that the fact that you have to play them in about 48 hours or so, what adjustments or changes you think the team can make to kind of offset the strength the Sun had down low?
I mean, I think not making it so easy for them to get into the paint. I think we can do a lot better on that front, and also not playing so far back, when they're kind of coming down the court quick. It's tough when they push it hard. So stopping the ball early and, making it difficult for them to get into the tunnel.
Nneka, in that same kind of vein, they had a big rebounding advantage today. What kind of changes can take place in the next 48 hours for the next game?
Rebounding is a mentality, and they exerted themselves more than we did today. So that's just a mindset that's going to have to change for Thursday.
This one's for Nneka again. Given the fact that these are obviously 2 must-win games coming up, and all the challenges that have occurred throughout this season, how difficult is it going to be to pull off these 2 wins and give yourself an opportunity to be in the playoffs?
I mean, it's not going to be easy. Everyone's playing for those spots, but someone's got to play the game. So that's really what it is. We got to go out there and just do our best and play with maximum effort.
Slim, Coach Fred kind of got a little bit fired up. I think in the first half he got that technical. Like, just what kind of? He seems like generally a very calm demeanor person, but just to see him kind of get fired up, what kind of tone does that set for the team in the thick of this playoff race?
We have to follow his lead. He's getting fired up. We're getting hit and we're getting knocked to the floor. He's a protective coach. He's a protective guy, and he wants us to be okay. It's a physical game, but if it gets to a point where you see like your players are getting hit, as a coach, he's gonna get fired up, and that gets us going. We know that he has our back, so we got to do the same for him and go out and play hard. Oh, they're coming.
So, ladies, just how do you stay motivated these last 2 games? It seems like it's going to be tough to get a slot there in the playoffs, but I know you have to, play with still some fight and, some courage, because there's still a chance. So how do you just keep, everyone else on the team motivated?
I mean, understanding that there's still a chance. And hopefully, like, from my perspective, people playing for the team and not for themselves. That's really what it's about. We have to play almost without expectation and just go out there like, you may not have another game.
Nneka, John Cole Jones is obviously reigning MVP for a reason, but just what makes her so difficult to go against?
I mean, she has an outside game. She has a very steadfast outside game. So someone that size who's able to pull up and also get you on the inside, it's not easy to guard.
Nneka, I kind of wanted to redirect. I saw the post that you wrote about the travel. Very well written, by the way. And I just wanted to kind of pick your brain when we know that travel and chartering would cost, I think the commissioner said around 20 million. What are some other ways that you've thought of? Have you personally brainstormed some ways that you can avoid, because commercial travel is hard for just regular people. So I can't imagine how it is when you got to play a game the next day. So have you kind of brainstormed some ways outside of chartering?
Not just me, but, my EC and the players, they come to us with a lot of ideas. My thoughts were an open invitation for a conversation with the league. And so those ideas can be brought up to the league in that regard. But also too, like, we're realistic. If it's going to cost a lot, we're not asking for every flight, an allotment makes sense. So I'm hoping that the league will respond in that regard to have an open conversation, to collaborate as we kind of laid that foundation, especially with our first commissioner that the league's ever had.
Hey, Brittney. So in the second quarter, you turned your defense into transition offense and came within 5 points of the Sun. What do you think was working defensively to allow that to happen?
Just being aggressive, just being up at the point of attack, and yeah, just being aggressive. Honestly, we know that we as a team feed off of our defensive efforts, and to get into them, get the steals, get the turnovers, get the deflections, get the blocks, like that gets us going, that gets the crowd going, that gets us out in transition. That's how we were able to, pull within 5, I think you said.
Mhm.
So I think we just got to stick with that. We just got to stick with that and be aggressive.
Go to John.
Nneka and Slim, how can you turn this around so quick and play this Sun team again on Thursday with the idea that you want to win this game? How do you turn this around?
I mean, you said it, like we want to win this game and it's coming with effort. I said it before you walked in. It's playing with team in mind, not the individual. And so when things get hard, sometimes it's easy to focus more so on, what's going on with my situation. And that's something that I think we can be better at in this next game on Thursday and then also on Sunday. I've preached showing grace, and I'm hoping that we can do that to each other for us to be able to play as a team and not focusing on, individual merits.
Do you think the team fought all 40 minutes?
I think as a whole, sure. I think as a whole, sure. But I think there's also a lot of variables that contribute to exhaustion.
Slim, any feelings?
About,
Trying to get this next win.
I mean, it's been the feeling all season. We want to win. We're trying to get to playoffs. We've been fighting our asses off on and off the court. So it's not really much to say other than we want to win. We know what we got to do to win. We just got to do it.
Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.